All right, today we're going to do a rig tour around on my brother's Jeep and a cargo trailer we built. Came out really well, and been wanting to give you a tour for a long time. And I've already got a lot of emails about cargo trailers. So this is my brother, Alan.
Hi.
All right, Alan, let's just do a quick minute just on your Jeep. Kind of tell us what it is and how long you've had it.
This is a Jeep, a 2006 Jeep LJ. I've done just a very few modifications to it so we could go up into the mountains of New Mexico, Colorado, and Arkansas. It just has a 3-inch lift on it, a little bit bigger tires, and an air compressor on board. My wife and I have been tent camping out of it for years, and it's just a good, reliable vehicle, and it's what we like. But because it is a Jeep, it's not a lot of storage in the back, and we were cramming everything in. I was done camping on the ground. We wanted to do something different, but I didn't want to change vehicles. I wanted to continue to use the Jeep. So we started talking about buying just a 10-foot by 5-foot cargo trailer and converting it to an off-road camper.
So one of your big goals was to get something that would go everywhere your Jeep would, but also be light enough that your Jeep could pull it, because this isn't an big F-250 or anything like that.
So it had to be light, and we wanted to do something that had the ground clearance and the type of hitch that we could go off camber roads, rocky roads, down creek beds, up steep inclines, which is one of the best camping sites that we do. Well, we go just off in the woods to find camping sites, so I need to be able to drag a trailer down in there, but still had all the amenities that we wanted, and that's where this concept of converting our cargo trailer came from.
So what kind of hitch did you have on it?
It has a max couple. They articulate 360 degrees. This one will spin this way, it will go this way, and like a normal hitch. So it's a 360 degree, and it's been great. It's been one of the best parts about the trailer is the trailer hitch.
All right, how much ground clearance do you have on the trailer?
The trailer has 19 inches of ground clearance, which is actually more than the Jeep. So if I don't hit it with the Jeep, I'm not gonna hit it with the trailer, which is nice.
Well, let me just take a quick overview of the trailer so people can see it.
I ordered it with the window, so we wanted some real good views out the front. So there's a big picture window in the front, and then a window in each door on the side. So inside, you don't feel like you're closed in. You still have that I'm outside camping experience.
So you've got a door on both sides with a window.
Yes.
And the window in the front. And then I remember we talked a lot when we were designing the trailer about what kind of door would be better on the back, and we decided that the swing door was going to work best as far as building the kitchen.
But with the size of the trailer, the door became part of the kitchen, and that's why we went with the one big door.
Okay, and then you've mounted a tongue box on here for some storage.
Yeah, because I have an extended hitch, it gave me a little extra space for my extra propane, leveling blocks, just the stuff that the dirty stuff you don't want to store in your trailer.
And so tell everybody what's in the beige box.
It is a on-demand propane shower. The water will come there out of the side. We'll show you that in a little bit. And propane comes from that 5-pound tank right below it.
Okay, so that's just a mini propane tank on a bracket that you held on.
Correct.
And so you've got a huge awning on here, and this is
that's a 23-0. We also have the walls. We were in Arkansas in January, and it was rainy and cool, so we have the walls on it, and it creates a really nice enclosed area where you can put up a little propane heater or something and kind of expand the trailer out of just the inside compartment.
So let's go inside and take a look. Explain what we've got in here.
And I wanted a full queen-size mattress. This is a 6-inch memory foam queen-size mattress. There's no compromise. I wanted a lot of closed storage. So there's 4 main upper cabinets, and they're all backlit. And we went without the doors for weight, ease of use, just so you could look up into the cabinets. And I like the bungees. I like the bungee look.
Well, also it was everything we could to keep the weight out of it.
Absolutely. And the doors, you wouldn't think it, but when you cut those holes out of the doors, that's half a sheet of plywood that's not in here anymore. The compartment down there to the left is AC, DC power. The inverter is turned on from there. It's kind of like a bookcase. The one to the right is very deep storage. I usually use it as a clothes hamper right now because we're going to do some backpacking. There's a backpack down there and some camp stuff down in there right now.
And you do have a nice fan up here.
Yeah,
max
and
air
it's
fan.
running right now, and you can't even hear it. It's a max fan. It's got a 4-speed. You got LED lighting in here. Night lights.
So what's under the bed?
Here back is a compartment that's got a 32-gallon water tank. There's also, on this side, there's 2 lithium batteries, 100 amp lithium batteries. So I have 200 amp hours of battery, a 32-gallon compartment, and on that side is the actual water pump. So the entire water system and electrical storage system is all under the bed and you never access it. You just have to pull the mattress up if you need to do some work. It's kind of like a install it and forget it area of the Jeep or the trailer, because you can't reach it from anywhere.
Yeah, and you also have storage.
Under each bed, there's
underneath.
that storage compartment that you're looking there is exactly like the one on my side. There's a divider halfway across, again, so you don't have to reach too far. And there's also a longer compartment up here at the front that I can access to if I wanted to start some like tent poles or something. But these under storage things have worked out great for our tables, our chairs, our shower supplies and all that stuff go under both the beds. So we still have a ton of storage inside the trailer.
So I think one of the things that everybody's interested after they figure out how big a bed they're going to get to sleep in is just what you do for a kitchen, and this one came out awesome in such a small space.
I absolutely love cooking. I cook at home. I've been cooking for years, but I don't like backpack cooking. I don't like the little burner stoves. I like to cook all kinds of crazy things. Like we had pizza for lunch today in this oven. So when I asked Larry about designing a kitchen, and first thing I told him I wanted the biggest refrigerator they made, which ended up being the design element that kind of said how the trailer was going to be put together, because I wanted a 95-liter refrigerator, and that everything is designed around the refrigerator and turns it into just an L-shaped kitchen. We have a lot of power on board, so we can actually run a Keurig coffee pot instead of doing, some of the other stuff. I wanted just something easy cleanup. One of the things we talked about a lot was where we're going to install the stove on a slide out or something like that. But every time you do a slide out or something permanent, it takes space because you may not need it all the time. So I went with the partner steel stove, and it is stored under the sink, and literally you can take it out and be cooking in 2 to 3 minutes. So the idea of not doing a dedicated stove area ended up being a good idea, because we just throw it up here on the table. When the stove's not up there, that's a ton of counter. So with the refrigerator was one of the elements that kind of drove everything. And along with the refrigerator and the battery, the entire electrical management system is also right here on the side next to the refrigerator, because the compartment, 2200 watt power inverter, the 50 amp charge controller, the fuse panels, the breakers are all stored right here where I can get to them. Battery monitor and all the switches are here. This is just our little coffee area. In the morning we slide that out so we can make coffee a little easier. We also sometimes use it as a cutting board.
So you have a 110 outlet back there.
Yeah,
that runs
for the coffee
maker.
there's a 110 and 2 USBs that run off the inverter. The same thing you saw inside, the little circular ones. This panel right here has 4 USBs on it. There's also a USB up here, dedicated USB, that will run our Christmas lights that we'll put up here later tonight. Everything was kind of looked at and how we're going to use it before you start building.
And you got a lot of storage. What do you got? 5 compartments right there.
We have so much storage we don't even use it all. This is basically just food for a week for 3 people. I mean, it goes almost back as far as I can reach. That goes back. So that's all our dry goods and food. Up here is a real tall one. It's actually, I don't even hardly use the height of it. That's our cast iron skillets. The oven ends up going up there. Plates, food, fork, all that stuff goes. And this side ends up being, because it's stuff you need to take a lot of it with you, but you don't use a lot. This is all the cleaning supplies. Trash bags, Ziploc bags, paper towels, extra stuff, all that stored up here. And this is kind of like everybody's got a junk drawer in their kitchen. This is my junk drawer, because I need that. All that stuff that's just always laying on your counters and stuff, this is where the junk goes. So if I'm missing something, my keys, a knife, or glasses, I just come here and I find it. And these are all on gas struts that push them up, hold them up, but they also hold the door closed. Down here's the dirty stuff, This is the hoses for the shower. The stove is stored down here. Some more cleaning supplies. The propane hoses we store down here, and all the hinges are all matching with the brass screws, because I wanted it still to look aesthetic.
And so you did a cold water only sink.
Yes, we don't. The only hot water we have is we can boil hot water for washing dishes or the on-demand shower.
But you can put a stopper in the sink, heat up water,
Sure.
put water in there, and do dishes.
Yeah, I did that after lunch. I filled it up with about 2 or 3 inches of cold water, pot of boiling water, hot soapy water.
Yeah, and you got a spice rack up here and everything else. All right, so let's take a look at that shower.
Okay. This is a Camp Lux. They're not real expensive. You can adjust the flow down so you don't use a lot of your water. What happens is this is our water out. We kick on the main water pump, hose goes right to the yellow, shower head right there.
So you got pressurized water from the trailer, from that 32 gallons, and you run it through this on-demand.
Correct.
water heater, and now you've got a shower.
Exactly. That just pops up literally in 2 seconds, and then we're taking a shower. Got a little bamboo mat that I sit on, and it just makes it easy. And I split the propane's here for the same reason about designing it: propane to the power or to the stove, and then propane to the shower at the same time.
So how much solar did you say you have on the roof there?
Plenty. It's 400 watts. Those are each 100 watt solar panels that go down into the 200 amp hour batteries.
And you ended up making your own roof rack out of some aluminum plate and some 80/20, right?
That is that. That's a little over-engineered. During COVID, you couldn't actually go down to the metal shop and look at it, so I estimated how thick it was. But that's one big long aluminum bar. It's bolted into the steel beam of the trailer, and the 80/20 then spans it. I mount the solar panels off of it, the shower's mounted off of it, and the awning is mounted off it. So it needed to be sturdy.
This trailer ended up being a great project for Alan. It really fits the size of his Jeep. It's able to go where he likes to go. It's a combination of me doing a little bit of design and carpentry work, and then Alan doing a DIY on the electrical and everything else. So he's really happy with it. It's worked out well. If you have any questions about this or any of our other projects, contact me at ramblingmanconversions@gmail.com. And be sure to like and subscribe the videos. Thanks, and we'll see you again.